This is activity 3 from lesson 3. The title of this activity is Getting Perspective. And this is just to provide practice. The first part of this activity is to provide practice on how dilations work. You start at the center of dilation, and you draw straight lines or rays out from that center of dilation through the points that you are dilating. Whether you're increasing the size or decreasing the size, you draw these straight lines beginning at the center of dilation. The first task is to dilate P and Q using a scale factor of 4. So you, from the center of dilation to point P is 1 unit, a single unit. And scale factor of 4 means you need 4 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is P prime. So it's on a straight line, and it's 4 times as long. Q, this is the unit for Q. So this is 1 unit, and you need 4 of these units. So this is 2, 3, 4. And so 4 times this unit gets you out to Q prime, again on a straight line. Then it asks you to use a scale factor of 1/2. So again, this is the unit, so half that length gets you to P double prime. And this is the unit for C to Q, and half that length gets you to Q double prime. So just a little bit of practice on scaling. And then they're going to have you make some kind of cool images. So they give you this rectangle in this shaded region, and they ask you to mark a point that's in the shaded region but outside the rectangle. And you're given different students get different scale factors, and I'm going to use a scale factor of 2. So that means I'm going to label this the center of dilation. I'm going to draw lines to each of the vertices of the rectangle. A scale factor of 2 means I'm just going to double those lengths, but I'm going to draw them along the same line, but double the length. So if I do that, each of these is doubled, but it goes along the same line through the vertex, through each vertex. Then if you connect these points, you get a scaled image of the rectangle. So this is a scaled image of the rectangle. And then actually there's an optical illusion there. Either it's going into the page or coming out of the page. Kind of flips back and forth. And then they ask you to take it, color it in, and make a nice design out of it. So I took it out of that background, put it into Doceri, or it already is in Doceri, but just provided a different background, shaded it in a little bit, and got that. And then the next part of this activity actually is, you usually don't do these, but it says, are you ready for more? And so this is the image that is under that section, are you ready for more? And the first part of this is, where's the center of dilation? So you start at this point E, and you draw a line that goes through E prime, and it crosses this way, and then you're going to draw a similar line that goes from D to D prime this way. And you can tell that this is a scale factor less than 1, because this line is getting smaller than this line. So you're going from ED, which is the original line, to E prime D prime, which is the scaled line. So you do that, and where they intersect is the center of dilation. And then it asks you to figure out what's the scale factor. Well, going from E prime to D prime, the scale factor would be 4. So this is 4 times as long. So this is going to be 1 unit, and it's 2 units, 3 units, 4 units. But if it's making this line segment smaller, I should have really written that it's a scale factor of 1/4. So you're making this smaller. This is 1/4 the length of ED. So really, it shouldn't be a scale factor of 4. It should be the reciprocal of 4, or 1/4. And so then I just played around a little bit. I used the circular grid paper in Doceri. And this image, this quadrilateral, is scaled up, I think it's 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then it goes out to 9. So I drew the quadrilateral, and I placed points just on these lines, just randomly. And then I scaled each one of those out 3 times. So this is at 3, So this is at 9. This is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is probably it must be at 18. This is scaled out 3 times, and this is scaled out 3 times. And then I took it out of that background, put in a new background, made it larger, and scaled in the sides. And you get kind of this neat figure as you do that. So you can scale, or you can shade these a variety of different ways, see what you come up with. And there is a little bit of an optical illusion where this is on the front going in, or for the most part it seems to be on the back. So you might get different images or different illusions as you shade it differently. The last one, actually this is the second to last one, I took this quadrilateral and I scaled it up. I don't remember what the scale factor was. Looks like it's the scale factor of 2. This looks like it's twice as long. Yeah, it is. And I got this image, and this is really hard for me to look at. This keeps flipping back and forth. If you look at this image and just take it over here, you can see how this image is a dilation of this image. And then I just shaded these in different colors to see what I would get. Okay, in this last one, I took this purple rectangle and I scaled it out with a scale factor of 2. So again, this is the center of dilation, and each of these segments, line segments going to each vertex, is twice as long going to the pink scaled rectangle. So I scaled it out, got rid of those scaling lines, and then I just connected each of these points and made this prism. Actually, there's a little bit of an optical illusion in this one. And then I just colored it in. And so if you color it a variety of different ways, you're going to get some different images that are different illusions that show up. So it's kind of fun. So the point is that you can come up with some pretty interesting figures as you use grid paper, circular grid paper, do dilations, and a variety of different ways to shade them.